translucent new crusaders with no agenda, no agenda.
Hey, I'm Miss Chrissie.
And I'm Steve.
This is JAGcast, episode 146, the podcast of the Jenkintown Arts Garage.
Where we explore the intersection of the arts and technology. Although this is a special July 4th episode because we're like a week late. And we're just going to chill today, I think. We don't have any special guests, but we do have some reporting on Chrissie's adventures in Puerto Rico.
Yep.
And my adventures trying to cat sit, as well as surviving thunderstorms that were snapping trees around me. And because it's July 4th, I thought we would talk about our favorite July 4th movies, if we have any. I have one.
Yeah,
which
I don't
know
have
you can
one,
guess.
but okay.
There's like itch right here in my shoulder. It's like bad timing in the beginning of the podcast.
Interesting.
I know, right? It's just so interesting for the listeners. So the you just got back. The reason we were late on this is originally I wanted to try to do an episode with you from Puerto Rico, but apparently the internet was really bad, so it didn't work.
Internet is beyond bad. Can't even tell you. It is so bad. And I thought it was bad at the beginning of the week, and then it just got worse. But that's okay. I mean, my cell phone worked, so that's good. But the internet is terrible. Anything on my computer was terrible.
Yeah, so what? Tell the listeners and the viewers here, why were you in Puerto Rico without me?
Well, this was our Granny P vacation, which every year we usually go on a trip with my mom. And unfortunately, at the last minute, my mom couldn't make it because her husband isn't feeling well. So it was just me and my girls. And Puerto Rico is actually very cool. I had heard that, but I would definitely go back. It was very cool. There's a lot to enjoy there. The beaches are great. There's great food. And then there's like a variety of different types of experiences. Like there's like a chill beach experience. You can walk out if you're in San Juan and get food, and it's like having a beach in the middle of Center City. It's kind of crazy.
Really? Nice. Yeah. While you were away, I was talking to a friend of the pod and our friend Joe Duffy of the Camera Thief band fame. And he was apparently just in Puerto Rico, and he was telling me how great it was. And
it's actually Joe Duffy's credit that we ended up in Puerto Rico.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Because we saw the pictures of Puerto Rico and needed a place to go.
Like, did you take any pictures?
I did a few. Why?
But I haven't seen them. Like, we're on a podcast that has a video component. We could show them.
Oh, they're on my.
This is how much preparation.
Them.
We had such great preparation today. But Joe was telling me that he liked the empanadas a lot, and I think he was drinking some cocktail.
Yeah, there's a lot of drinking, and I don't drink, but
yeah, you tell me there's two things you find everywhere, at least where you were in the tourist area, I guess, which is alcoholic beverages and loud music, right? Everywhere.
Yes, everywhere. Yep. It is kind of funny how there's just like, so you know how in Philly there's like the weird like what are those vehicles that go down the street real loud in Philly?
An ambulance, a fire truck?
No, the moped things. What are those? The
moped
quads?
Things. Oh, like the like the.
So in Puerto Rico, not necessarily quads, but there'll be something like that where like just like a little like parade of really loud cars will go by, except they'll have like flashing LED lights and really loud music playing at the same time, and you're like, are you just like jamming, or are you like some sort of like party thing? There was also like a party bus that would go, like randomly party buses would go by, and they were super loud. One was like an old, like almost like a converted school bus, and then other ones were like more normal.
Well, it is a popular destination for partying, right?
Yes, it is.
It makes sense. Probably have an entire industry there of just devoted to creating and maintaining vehicles for parties.
Yes. So, we did some night kayaking. That was enjoyable.
Night kayaking? Is that? Yeah. I mean, that's just. Was it like dark, like really dark? Like, how do you see?
Yeah, it was at 10 p.m.
How do you not like accidentally fall into the black lagoon and die, drown?
Paddle well.
But isn't that just like does that mean that you're just like floating in an abyss of blackness because it's dark, or is
I
there enough light?
like it's close to the city, so there's lights,
Oh, okay, so it's cool.
and you have a guide with you. It was very impressive though. The guide was on she was on a stand-up paddleboard, like keeping pace. Though. I've seen lots of people do stand-up paddleboarding, but I've never seen people like go at like a decent speed. I'm sure people do, but I just
Wow,
stand-up paddle. Have you ever been there? Stand-up paddle.
I've done a seated paddle boat. What's a stand up?
It's basically it looks like a standing surfboard, and you paddle it with a standing up.
Oh no, I've never seen that in
Or
person. No.
no. Anyway, so she was on that,
And what
standing
did
the
you
whole
think?
time.
Did you say the bottom of the boat was like plexiglass or something clear?
Yeah, so it was see-through. So it was fun because I went with Amelia and my older daughters went together and they were fine. They asked me if I wanted to give Amelia a paddle and I said no because I wanted to actually be able to move the boat.
You think she would just
Um,
fought you or just not been coordinated enough?
She's just not coordinated enough. She's
Yeah,
tried.
so-
I did let her use the paddle from time to time, like when we got ahead to
Oh
like
my god!
try to
What
paddle.
happened if she had dropped it in the water or something?
Well, it was very nerve-wracking, but luckily she didn't
Oh
drop
man,
it.
you need
But,
like a leash on the paddle. Put it around your wrist. Something.
Yeah, but so
Straps
she's
to the boat.
they'll be like, look over this way, look over this way.
What did
Look,
you
there's a
see?
fish.
It's dark.
Well-
What do you? How are you seeing anything in the dark?
Well, some parts of it are shallow, but anyway, but Amelia, you're in a kayak and she's like, look, mom, and like the boat's going, woo. I was like, oh my God,
Oh,
please, Amelia,
the-
don't tip us
yeah.
over. She's like rubbing her hands in the water. I'm like, oh my God, just don't knock us over.
Just in trying to enjoy life to the fullest, but
Yeah,
without regard to the safety margins involved.
She's she's the worst. So it really is. But it was fine. I just kept telling her to look
Yeah, like
down
life
between
preservers
her
on, right?
knees. Yeah, but I didn't want to go for a dip in the lagoon.
I would
at
because like
10:30 at night.
what did you do with your cell phone while this was happening? I always
I
wondered about
just
that.
put it in my bag, which was the other thing. I had
Where was
all
your
the cell
bag?
phones
In
on my
your-
body.
But their bag wasn't waterproof, was it?
No,
See,
I've never
whenever-
tipped in a kayak, so I was
when-
like, oh, we'll be fine.
I've always had like some kind of waterproof pouch that I'll wear
Yeah,
on my
I could
person.
have done that,
And I'll
but
put my stuff in there, and then my watch is waterproof. I mean, the iPhones are pretty waterproof nowadays, but I wouldn't want to risk it anyway. I don't want to lose it. So I mean, I always carried when I go water park or something. I have like one of those little pouches. Looks ridiculous, but you know what? It keeps your stuff dry. So
well, I did not have one of those.
I was
and I
wondering about that.
Could have left it with the people, but I was like, I don't really want to do that either.
No, I wouldn't want to
Um,
leave my cell phone with some random people.
So I just put it in my crossbody bag. And I was like, I'll be fine. I've never
You have a
had an issue.
crossbody bag? Oh, you mean the one you got? Nice.
Yeah, I just tightened it up. So it was
You know
like,
what else
not
works?
hanging
Just
low.
like a plastic like Ziploc bag. It was a decent quality. It worked
Steve,
too.
I still
Okay.
would have had to deal with my wallet and
I
stuff.
mean,
So
you put it all in, pull it all in there. As long as it's attached to your body, you'll be fine. As long as it's waterproof, attached to your body. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, the logistics of these things are what fascinate me, not the actual canoeing. Wait, there's no waterfalls or anything. It was like what, calm water?
no, there were no waterfalls. You did.
no
You
rapids,
went out
I
on the lagoon, and they took you out like under this bridge, and then you went to the edge of where the lagoon meets the ocean. You didn't
Oh,
go
wow.
into the ocean because I was like, oh dear God, please don't take
No,
me.
because
in
then
the
you'd
Atlantic
be
Ocean.
lost. You get lost to sea, right?
And then they just like loop you back around. So
Oh, that's cool.
it was
Do
very.
any-
I enjoyed it.
Did you do anything else like dirt bike riding or like motorbikes
No,
or anything?
nothing else. We were supposed to go to the rainforest, and we got rained out.
There's a
ironically.
rainforest?
Yes, there's a rainforest, and I'm kind of sad we didn't make it.
Yeah, why didn't you go? Was it because it was raining?
It was raining. They closed the rainforest for the day.
That's really funny, actually.
It was-
Isn't it named the rainforest because it rains a lot? So, I mean, wouldn't you plan to be there in the rain?
well, it becomes a safety issue because
Oh,
it
it's too much
gets
rain.
muddy and dangerous. So,
Well, that sounds
um,
fun. And so what? Like I had recently my first decent empanada in my life, I think, and it was from a place in Jenkintown here, a little what is it called? What do they call it? Jenkintown Market,
J-Town Market.
J-Town Market. Yeah, and so it's run by the same people who own Lily's, which is a fantastic Indian restaurant here, and it's like a bodega convenience store place, but they've
No,
been
that is not like a bodega.
yeah, I'm
That
because
is
it's
like
not
the
gross.
highest end bodega
yeah,
you've
it's
ever
not
seen.
it's not some gross
I
place.
went to a convenience store in Puerto Rico that felt very much like a crappy New York City bodega,
Yeah, I know.
but it was
I
called
have
Eureka.
yeah, I have a picture of it
Yeah,
right there.
the fake Wawa of Puerto Rico.
So I was saying though that the empanada I had was really good, and I wanted you to try it so you could compare it to what you ate, and you messed up my entire spiel there. So now we're gonna move on to the fake Wawa then, I guess. If you're watching, you can see the picture. But what's really hilarious about this is that it looks like I don't know why you only have the one photo, but it looks like a sort of like a sign for Wawa. It has some kind of bird carrying something
It
in
was
its mouth.
not the type of place you wanted to like chill at and be taking touristy photos.
Okay, well, there's
Like we
there's
pulled
two-
up there and we were like, "Oh, I'm glad the police are here," before we got out.
So wait, isn't that just what you also say when you go to a lot of gas stations in Philly?
Yes,
Yeah, it's the same kind of vibe.
yes, that's
There's
the
some
vibe.
gas stations not too far from us, right across the line into Philadelphia,
Yes.
that are like, I don't stop there ever. I think we stopped at one of them once, and it
I
was
used
like,
to stop at that one all the time.
and you're like, why? I remember we were there once. We're like, I'm pretty sure those guys are like up to no good. There's like some guys just hanging out there, exactly like
Yeah.
you'd see in a movie before some robbery or something happens. I mean, maybe they were just innocent bystanders hanging out at a gas station at like the middle of the night, but
Well, we went through a lot of water because my kids drink a ridiculous amount of water.
do
and
they
I was
know that
like,
they don't have to drink water constantly? Like they'll be fine.
I
they
mean,
have to
they
pee
just
all the
drink a
time
lot of
then?
water. Like if it's hot, they drink water.
No,
So
this is a
anyway,
thing. This is a thing. I apparently a lot of like younger kids, they do this. They drink way too much water. It's like you don't need to.
we drink too much water.
Oh yeah, you could drink too much water. Look, when we were kids, I would go out during the day, go ride my bike somewhere. I'd be gone the whole day. I didn't have a water bottle with me. Like
Well,
you'd be lucky if you
we
maybe
drank-
stopped by somebody's house and had a glass of water in the middle of the day. That was it. And then you weren't dehydrated or dying of thirst or
Well,
something.
they're very hydrated, especially when it's warm out. So anyway,
Yeah,
I was
so-
like, I'm gonna go to this gas station and buy water here instead of like in the touristy areas.
Yeah,
'cause
was it
it's
cheaper?
like half the price. Yeah.
Nice. Well, I was going to say the two things to point out of this in this image for those listening.
And
It's a weird-
Celsius. I had to buy Celsius. I like to
Yes.
interrupt you today.
Yeah,
That's
apparently
just my goal.
it's the sign that says Eureka with a bird and very reminiscent of Wawa. But the other thing is the gas prices, and I was like, "Is that 89 cents a gallon?"
I think it might be a liter. Someone
a
said.
liter. Okay, I was like, "That's not a gallon. 89 cents a gallon. That's still cheap. Because I was like, "What is this?" So it's cheap gas on the island apparently.
And that's the car I got to drive. I was excited about that.
Yeah, you got to drive a Bronco. Is this the Bronco you wanted?
No, this is a sport, so it's not.
Oh, so it's not the real Bronco. It's not really a
No.
truck then, right? That's like the SUV-ified thing.
Yes, it
So
was
one that-
this
it's
or a
cheaper,
white
right?
Outlander, which I own.
That's really funny that you own essentially such a popular rental car that you encountered in Puerto Rico randomly.
Yeah, I mean
That's
it was newer than mine, but still, I was like, I am
Yeah.
not driving the same car I own.
What? You would have been familiar with it.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't have to look for the buttons. That could have helped.
Yeah. That's really funny. So, okay. So, like, I wanted to know, I was trying to get into this earlier. I was like, what was the food like in Puerto Rico? Because you told me that I would probably not like the traditional food.
I didn't think you would.
'Cause what is
It's
it? What
like-
is the traditional, the well,
It's
not
like
traditional. Like, what is the more, I don't know, what do you call it? Authentic? What is it?
proteins on top of stuff.
That's how you describe most food, isn't it? Proteins on top of stuff. That's like that's anything with rice. Like there's what, plantains or something?
Yes, plantains. Mofongo. It's plantains
Mofongo.
as the main ingredient. And then yeah, we had that. I am so bad at the pronunciation of anything Spanish. And then there's so it's mashed plantains, kind of like a mashed potato consistency.
Okay. I like
And
mashed
then
potatoes.
the protein is on top. I don't really like plantains though, and it's
I
like
don't
in
think I've
everything.
had enough plantains to even remember what it's like, what they taste like.
There was like fried plantain cake things, like as a side.
Okay.
Um,
But you said also everything was like a lot of it had butter in it, and
yeah.
I'm not a big
So,
fan of things with lots of butter.
and then you could also get your protein. I forget what this one was called. It had a name on top of an avocado.
See, that was the craziest thing. You were describing this gigantic avocado that you ate, and describe this again for the listeners and the viewers.
Like
This
a
giant avocado.
giant avocado, like really big, and then they scoop out the center and they put the protein inside of that.
Yeah, and then you eat the whole thing.
Oh, I didn't eat the whole thing, but in theory,
That's too much, man.
yeah,
It's too much.
I ate the protein and then a little avocado. What else? The like appetizer type stuff was really good, like the empanadas. There's another like smaller pierogi type size stuffed fried thing,
Yeah,
like
everything seems
stuffed with like
fried. You were
fried. We
describing.
had fried cheese, like
Oh, I don't know.
similar to like a paneer type cheese.
Oh, okay, that's a little different. That's better.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. You got
We
like
had we went to a dessert place on the last day. That was good.
ooh,
Like
what'd
in
you-
like a real like in a neighborhood, you could like the people didn't even they had to get a special person to talk to us because not anybody spoke English.
nice.
That's when you know you're like
So what was the dessert?
we got tres leches cake, which is milk cake. And then this like I want to say like a parfait type thing. It was like a glass jar and it was like layered.
Mhm.
No idea what these things were called. I couldn't tell you. Then I got like a cheesecake. So that was like a chocolate chip cheesecake. And there's lots of like Nutella
Yeah,
type stuff there.
you were saying that. I like Nutella occasionally.
Yeah. Like stuff with Nutella.
So a lot of like high calorie, high fat dishes.
Yes.
Well, that sounds good. So you had fun. So you spent most of your time just like lounging on at the beach or by the pool.
Correct.
That sounds so boring. But at
Well,
least you got relaxed, all right?
Good
So
thing
that's
you were there then, because
I know,
otherwise
I
you'd
know.
be bored.
Yeah, I'm never invited, but it's also like places that often have a lot of sun and or sand, and there are two things that are like my mortal enemy. My mortal enemies. I was never a fan of going to the beach when I was a kid. We'd go to the beach, like the Jersey Shore, and you're like, I don't want to go there. It's too much sun, and the freaking sand gets everywhere, and you get sunburn. I don't like that. I'm too pale, and I don't like the texture of sand. Like Anakin Skywalker. it's is it like rough and gets everywhere or something like that. There's a famous line from like one of the prequel movies, which the listeners who are more online will get. And Chrissy, you're just completely clueless right now. I can see.
Nope, completely
Okay.
clueless.
So your trip to Puerto Rico was a success. You feel relaxed and ready for JDA camp now?
Yeah, I think so.
Good.
I have actually when I get off the computer here, I have some more preparations to do for camp. I'm very excited that I have because I'm in a new space this year. I have a like dedicated camp room that I'm going to be able to like keep set up all summer. So I'll be able to have.
What does that mean?
Well, because we eat snack and now camp is longer, so we have
Oh.
lunch. So I put up 2 tables and I'll be able to put chairs out. Previously, I would have to like set up and break down stuff every day, which is annoying.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
But yeah, so I set up. I'm actually it should make things a little bit easier. I set up 2 tables. I have to put the chairs out still. I put cubbies in there, independent of the cubbies we use regularly. So that way each kid can have a cubby to put their stuff in. So I'm very excited about the setup. Oh, I did want to ask you, Stephen.
Okay.
How do I use a Fire Stick?
Oh, you mean the Amazon Fire Stick?
Yeah, because it would be nice to be able to put on like a little something.
Plug it in.
That's all you
Set
have
it
to
up.
do.
Well, you got to set it up, but you plug it in.
That doesn't. What? That's not specific. What do you do to set it up?
It has instructions. You log into it with your Amazon account. Usually through the app on your phone, like the Amazon app.
What app? The Amazon app?
I think just the Amazon app. But yeah,
Oh.
you have to plug it in and it'll boot up and it'll give you instructions.
Okay.
I set it up on
Alright.
my TV. It takes a little while to set up, but yeah, you have to log in and then you install whatever applications you want on there from the Amazon store, and it's all linked to your Amazon account, so you can get the apps on your phone and it'll download over there.
So I can get YouTube.
I believe so. Yeah. I mean, if it's not already built in.
Nice. Okay.
So, but you're gonna want to do it in advance though, because I remember it took me just to get the thing up and running. Took a little while because it was the stick you have. If it's the same one, it was really slow. It's an old model, but it works.
Okay. We'll investigate that.
Yeah, it's it's not as nice as an Apple TV by any stretch, but it works.
Okay.
Got to plug it into the HDMI port and into power.
Okay. Wait, and into the power. I have to plug it into a wall.
Or something. It needs power.
The stick?
Yeah. How's it going to work without power? HDMI doesn't give you power.
Oh. Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Never had a Fire Stick before.
Yeah, they make it seem like it doesn't need anything, but no, it needs electricity. So cool. That was your trip to Puerto Rico. While you were there, I was sort of cat sitting. I don't know. You had like 2 cats in your house, and it was a mess. I gotta tell you, like those cats. They every time I come over there, there'd be like a new mess to clean up.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They destroyed one of your plants. They knocked down a photo, but didn't break it. I don't know what they're doing during the day. But you got a litter box in there, a temporary one for the first time. And wow.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I walked in there and you did not have enough litter early on the week, and you were out of litter and it smelled so bad. I was like, oh my God. But I had to run out right before PetSmart closed. I had to get a thing of litter. And while I was there, I was checking out, and the person the guy at the checkout lane saw my shirt. I had the JAG shirt on, Jenkintown Arts Garage shirt. And he was like, "Oh, what's that?" He's like, "Is that like a garage, like to fix cars or something?" I'm like, no. I had to explain to him our backstory and how we were a garage. We're literally a garage, and we had events, but now we're now mostly a podcast and a website. And check us out. And I told him, I don't know if he subscribed, but maybe that guy's watching this episode. So hello, guy from PetSmart. Yeah, I had to go and I've never gotten litter before, so I go in the back of the PetSmart store and they direct me to the back, and there's these shelves with these big boxes of litter. And I'm like, how many different kinds of litter? I just need litter. There's just not just one litter. They all have different qualities of litter, and some of them are said these are for multiple cats. What do you mean for what's the difference between litter for one cat and multiple cats? It seems like branding nonsense. And then there's different clumping qualities, I guess, and smells. I don't know. And I just kind of grabbed one, and it seemed like it worked out. It had a picture. It had 2 cats on it. So I was like, that'll work. It clumps. And then yeah. And in the meantime, those cats, every time I come over there, they jump up on the table. They were actually affectionate to me, even though they don't usually like me. Probably lonely.
Well, they have survived.
Yeah, they'd meow really loud. The one cat would be outside a lot of times and then pop up at the window, try to come in. So that was fun. Yeah, but they were good. They survived. Oh my God, there's sirens outside my window. I don't know if you can hear it.
I can actually.
Oh, great. And so the listeners can probably hear that too, despite the noise canceling on to try to avoid that. Always somebody setting fire to their microwave or something around here. All right, yeah.
Steve. So, what's your favorite movie?
I didn't even get to the
point.
You
have more cat stories? I didn't know.
No, I mean, there's not much to talk about the cats. I mean, they would chase each other around, do cat stuff, and that was fine. I think I might be allergic to cats. I'm not sure. Maybe in high enough concentrations because I started feeling weird during the week when I was there. But because of the cat dander, I think. But the thing that happened when you were gone that you missed was the tree snap and thunderstorms
Oh yeah.
that came
Yes.
in just through town, nowhere outside of town.
Yeah, it was. I heard it was
Oh
wild,
man, yeah,
but
it's
quick
crazy.
though, right?
Yeah, it was very quick. Trying to mute there for the more fire trucks. Just like fire trucks going down now. I mean, somebody might have really set their entire kitchen on fire. So so there was so it was the middle of the night. Oh, what day was this? Early in the week. I'm trying to go to sleep, and I'm on the third floor, right in front of a window, and like all of a sudden, like the wind just whips up. But like, and it was so fast that by the time I was like, I started thinking, this is sounding dangerous. Maybe I should go downstairs to the basement. It was over. I was like, oh crap, maybe I should go downstairs. But then nope. It was crazy. I heard like stuff hitting the windows, like there was, I don't know, debris or hail. Like wind was coming in through the window air conditioner unit I have. It was intense. It was an intense like minute or so, and then all the power went out, and it stayed out for me for like an hour or so. Other people was out for like a day. I walked around the next day. Big trees just snapped in half on top of power lines by the Starbucks. On the edge of town, there was like 3 or 4 Pico trucks in the parking lot, and this big tree was over top of all the lines. Debris was everywhere. It was crazy. It was like a tornado went by, but I don't think there was a tornado. I think it was just like really heavy winds for a second. Man, it was pretty intense. This keeps happening around here recently. Like we keep having these windstorms that pop up for a minute. They knock out electricity. I think it's because there's too many trees that haven't been pruned in a long time, and they're all just like sitting on top above the wires, and the branches snap, and then we're out of power. But I'm glad mine came back on because it was already getting hot in here that night. But you missed that, and I don't know how long your house was out of power for.
My neighbor said like an hour and a half.
So it was like mine too. It was like about the same time mine.
So
that wasn't so bad. Some people it was like an entire day, which was rough. I didn't find out though what the weather actually was. I feel like no one said it was a tornado, so I guess it wasn't. But yeah, it was intense. It was kind of crazy. It was over in an instant. So I guess pay attention to those weather alerts. Although I didn't get a weather alert when it happened, so I don't know. Okay, so yeah, I want to talk about the for July 4th. Now we've caught up on your adventures in Puerto Rico, and I thought I would have more cat sitting adventures, but I guess they're just cats, so there's not really much adventuring going on with cats. If it was a dog, then maybe I could have talked about going somewhere with them, but you don't walk cats, and they didn't hunt anything for me.
I don't really like that. I
Yeah.
don't think.
No. So I want to talk about patriotic movies because it is the July 4th. It's just probably coming out on July 4th, so it's like this is a great time of year, of course, to watch patriotic America movies. So I don't know if you have any, but I of course have. There's one movie that obviously I think a lot of people watch every year, and that's Independence Day, the original, not the horrible sequel, which I pretend doesn't exist. But Independence Day, what was that from 1996, right? I think. And if you haven't watched that movie, because no, of course you have. We know our demographic audience. You're old enough to have seen this movie. It's about aliens attacking. It's a classic 90s film. It's the greatest, one of the greatest movies ever. It has one of the greatest patriotic speeches ever about Independence Day. It is wonderful. You should watch it if you ever want to get a jolt of patriotism. But what's really cool about Independence Day specifically is that there is a Twitter account now. X is the account now what it's called, but it's called ID4 in real time. And I'll put it in the show notes. But it really is exactly what it says. So like you can read tweets like what is the latest tweet? Let me look it up right now. What is it? While we're recording this on June 30th. So it says last tweet was NASA will be announcing their newest candidates for astronaut selection early next week. Applicants will be notified of their selection by overnight certified mail. Will one of the lucky ones selected be the first human on Mars or beyond even that? So it really goes into all the things that were like in the movie's timeline, even stuff like in the background that was happening.
Oh.
And it just tweets them out, like, and then it'll tweet out, and as it gets into the invasion and stuff, it tweets out more all the details and like president of the speech and stuff. It's really funny, and it's just I think it's the same tweets every year because it just goes in real time. There must be some bot that's doing this, and I've followed this for years. It has like 10,000 plus followers. There's not a lot for Twitter, but it's still pretty cool. Or for X. Oh, look, they have like here's a tweet. They have like compact cables offering its freedom bundle of cable and dial-up through July 4th. It's just like random stuff in here in the early parts, and then and then it gets into the movie plot as it goes on. Because if you remember, the movie starts before July 4th, and then like the final
I do not
act is July
remember,
4th.
but I believe you.
How do you not remember Independence Day?
I just don't. I remember seeing it. I don't remember.
It didn't make
like,
an impact on you.
Not like a 20-year impact. I haven't
Jeez,
seen
man.
it since.
Oh my god, I've seen it many times.
I haven't rewatched it.
It's wonderful. It has Commander Data in it.
I don't know what that is.
What? Oh my god. It has Brent Spiner. Brent Spiner is in it, the actor.
Oh.
At the time, like even today, probably best known for him playing his role of Data on Star Trek: Next Generation.
Oh,
anyway,
I know
he plays a wacky scientist in it. So, I remember that as a kid, and I also remember the famous. They had a Mac, like Jeff Goldberg's. How do you pronounce his name?
Goldblum.
Goldblum. What?
Goldblum.
Why can't we pronounce famous people's names?
I don't know.
Yeah. So in the movie, what is this character's name? Jeff Goldblum's character in the movie is like a computer guy. He works at a cable company, I think. But he has a Mac, like an old, like really early days Mac laptop. And there's like a famous scene in this movie where they go up onto the alien mothership and they use the Macintosh to somehow deliver a virus to the alien ship that disables the shields on all the ships around the Earth, so that the coordinated American-led attack can destroy them and save the world on Independence Day, and is the greatest moment in patriotic movie history. And it's just, I always thought it was hilarious because it was like this old Mac laptop, and they made a virus. He made like a virus, for like, I don't know, like a 24 hours or something. Now, I guess the idea was that they had access to the technology for a long time, so they understood it, or something. But the idea that you could just like connect a Mac, like I think it was his laptop in the movie too. It wasn't like the military had a special hardware or something. Like they had the ability to hook his Macintosh up, and he was able to write a virus on a Mac and like have it. I remember even as a kid, I was like, that is a little bit beyond believable. But it was cool. That movie, that's a great scene where they deliver a nuke to the mothership too, and they say hi, and then it blows up. Anyway, don't watch the sequel; it's terrible. But that's my patriotic movie, Independence Day. I think you should follow Independence Day or ID4 in real time. It's at 1996 ID4 with the number 4. So that's the
Nice.
Twitter handle. So what is your movie for Independence Day? What do you like to watch?
I don't have a movie for Independence Day.
Do you have an activity, a play, like anything? Nothing patriotic? What do you do? What do you like? How do you celebrate America being awesome?
I'm doing the parade this year again.
Oh, what does that mean?
With my dance students.
Oh, okay. Wait,
we do the parade pretty much every year.
Okay.
Prior to doing it with my dance students, I used to do it with my kids. We do the bike parade every year. It's very hot though. It's notoriously brutally hot for some freaking reason. Like painful. But we did it religiously every year. My kids would decorate their bikes and we do the parade.
Wait, they doing it this year? Are they decorating?
No, they're too big now.
Oh, well, okay. That's a shame.
But I'm doing the parade with my dance students. So I, once again,
are they decorating their bikes?
No, they're going to walk with Jenkintown dance arts.
Okay.
The bike thing is just, I don't know, a regular town thing.
Yeah, no, I've taken pictures of it before in the past.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So we also usually we do something really random.
What does that mean, random? Like you flip a coin? Like you have a series of options on a board you throw a dart at? Like what?
Like we went to the zoo once. Like things that are
Why don't you go
random.
to like a museum about patriotic stuff?
Like which one?
Isn't there a museum in Philadelphia which is all about
I don't know.
America?
Is there?
What's the
You could go to the Liberty Bell, I guess.
Why can't I remember the museum? There's a museum of the American Revolution, but there's there's the Independence National Historical Park, Independence Hall. There's a lot of good museums downtown you can do, but they're probably all gonna be busy that day, so makes sense. You could see the Liberty Bell. There's like I don't know if it's still there. There was a place near us in like Willow Grove. I remember, like just in a window or something, or just outside some looks like a little business building, like a strip mall business building. There was like what looked like the Liberty Bell. Like obviously not like it was like a facsimile. I don't know if it was supposed to be a Liberty Bell. It was just like a bell thing. I would drive by it and I was like, what is that doing there? I was like, you can just go over there if it's still there and just kind of look at it. Like, oh, that's nice. I went last time I visited Liberty Bell was a long time ago, and they were like all these security and stuff. It was just not fun. Because apparently people are gonna want to damage the bell because in the past people have tried to like damage it or something. And like, what's wrong with people? Anyway, but it is cool to see a bell that size. I always wanted to ring it though, but of course
Not that big of a bell though. I remember when I was a kid being completely underwhelmed by the bell. I was like, it's a big bell. Yeah.
It's the history behind the bell.
Yeah, I know.
It's not the bell itself. So okay, so you're gonna do something random. You don't know yet what it is.
I didn't get that far yet. I have a few days.
Okay, well, maybe I'll join you. Depends what it is.
We'll see what it is.
We'll see. I have off that day, thankfully. And I can keep up with the alien invasion on X, so I don't even have to.
There you go.
So I don't even have to like be watching it live. I get tweets.
I usually need a nap after the parade though.
Yeah, because it's hot.
Even when the kids were little, I remember being like, "Oh my god, I've like got to go home and sleep," like because it's ungodly hot. Maybe it won't be ungodly hot this year. I don't know.
I don't know. What is the weather like? I don't know what the weather looks like, but I know it's hot this week, so because it's summertime. Okay, so you don't have any patriotic movies, so we just have the one. So that entire topic has been just utterly decimated by your lack of movie watching.
Movie watching? I'm not a big movie watcher.
I know you're. I mean, you're not a big movie watcher. I mean, this is like a famous movie, though.
I've seen it,
but it doesn't make it. How does it not make an impact on you? I still don't understand that. This is one of the most impactful movies in my entire life. Like this, there's a few movies that, like especially genre movies, had huge impact on me. Hackers was one of them. ID4 is another one of them. Like a lot of these '90s movies are very like important in my development as a Steve. I am my own genre of character.
Gotcha.
So, no, but yeah, we should do we ever talked in deep. Did we ever do an episode about hackers? Even if we did talk about it, we should do it again. We should just an episode where I get to tell you about hackers. We can like go through that movie because that movie is amazing. It is hilariously awful and great at the same time. It's just like it's one of my favorite movies. That's for another day though. So, okay, so I guess like I don't know. We have anything else? We're gonna wrap this up.
I think we can do a wrap.
Okay, so it's like I hope everybody has a good holiday. America, F yeah, right? Hope you have a good holiday. July 4th, go out and have some hot dogs. I have hot dogs. I bought some in advance so that I think I even have rolls, so I can have a hot dog. You have a hot dog and maybe go out in the sun if you're not as pale as I am. And have a good time. Follow the Independence Day in real time, and join in the fun if you're into that kind of thing on X. And I guess we should do the wrap up, right?
Yeah, Steve, do the wrap up.
Okay, so if you like what we're doing here, then please subscribe on the YouTube channel and click that bell, or go to jagcast.show where you can subscribe to the audio podcast version. You can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at Jenkintown Arts Garage. That's the handle. You can go to jenkintownartsgarage.com, which is our home on the internet, where you can find links to everything we do, including videos we made in the past and in the future, and the podcasts and such. And then, of course, you want to help us out monetarily, you can go to jenkintownartsgarage.com/coffee and leave us a little bit of cash to help pay the bills. I would appreciate it, and so would Chrissie. Yeah. So I guess that's it. Happy 4th of July, and I guess I'll see you. I'll see you a little later, Chrissie.
All right. Bye, Steve.
Bye.
We're learning to break the ice.